Thank you. I'm going to be way less enthusiastic than Andy was. Sorry. No, but thank you guys for coming out, especially like a holiday weekend. It's really impressive. And it's one of my favorite holidays, definitely for comedy. Because anytime you can perform during 420, like half the crowd's stoned, it leads to a very interesting show. My buddy of mine recently, he actually used my desire to get high as a way to trick me into running. Is there any runners here? A couple people? Oh, nice. And my buddy of mine, he really wants me to get into running. He tells me that I can get something called a runner's high. And I like getting high, so I was like, oh, if I can get high while exercising, I'm listening. That was the goal. So I tried it. I went running. I got a pulled hamstring and out of breath. It didn't work. And I ran into him and I was like, hey man, what the fuck? Like, I didn't get high at all. And he was like, yeah, bro, man, you need to hit a zone to get high. Like, you need to run consistently for 3 to 4 months, and then you'll start getting a runner's high. I was like, 3 to 4 months? That is the worst way to get high ever. Like, say what you want about heroin, but one shot. Every time. And I enjoy getting high. Like, I do find it funny that, like, drugs have been a little bit different than when I was growing up to now, right? Like, when I was growing up, everybody smoked cigarettes, and, like, marijuana was a gateway drug, right? Like, there was commercials on TV, and it was like Timmy took a hit, and then, like, he was doing blow on the bathroom floor in the next scene, and it was like, don't do drugs. I was like, all right, that makes sense. And, like, now cigarettes will kill you, and marijuana is medicinal. Like, it's completely different, right? Like, and you gotta understand, like, when my dad found out I smoked cigarettes when I was a kid, or marijuana, I didn't smoke cigarettes, he beat the shit out of me. And he had a cigarette in his mouth while he was beating me. And now he has a medical marijuana card. And he is currently my drug dealer. So the times have changed drastically. And like, I do love drugs, like they're awesome, and they taught me a lot about myself. Some things not the best. Like, one thing that drugs taught me was that you can be put in a situation where you will judge somebody by the color of their skin. There's a couple people get uncomfortable. It's okay. Like, hear me out. Because in the United States, in some states, drugs are completely legal. You can buy it at a gas station. In other states, you go to jail for 10 years. And I was in a state where it was legal, and I was flying to a state where it was illegal. And I may or may not have had a lot of marijuana in my backpack. I'm being honest. And you put your like bag through the airport security, and like it can go straight through. You grab your bag and you're good, or it can take a left turn and you're like, oh fuck, I'm going to jail. Yeah, my bag took a left, and it said, oh fuck, I'm going to jail, right? And there were 2 guys checking the bags. There was an old white guy who looked like he remembered when penicillin was invented. And there was this like young hip black dude with like an earbud in, living his best life. And I'm just saying, if you're me and you have a 1/4 kilo of marijuana in your backpack, who are you hoping checks the bag? I'm not saying profiling works. I'm just saying I didn't go to jail that day. And it is interesting because, like, I know smoking a lot of marijuana is like a character flaw. When I definitely have that character flaw. But I have plenty of others, right? Like, I'm a regifter. Does anyone know what that means?
Yeah.
A couple people, right? So, like, okay, regifting, so you don't know what that means, so I'm going to help you out. So, regifting is if somebody gives you a gift, you don't open it. You just rewrap it, and you give it to somebody else because times are tight and I'm too high to go to the store. Right? That's what regifting is. So, about 5 years ago, a buddy of mine bought me this really fancy box of chocolates. It was really nice. And what I didn't know is there's a company that will send your friend a box of chocolates, and if you open it up, there's a chocolate dick inside, and everybody has a laugh. Okay. Now, if you're a regifter, and you don't open that box, and instead you rewrap it and send it to your mom for Christmas, it leads to a very uncomfortable Christmas. You gotta understand, like, I have 2 options at this point, right? Like, my options are I'm either the cheap, ungrateful son who re-gifted a chocolate dick to his mom, Or I'm the son with a very awkward sense of humor that purposely bought a candy cock and gave it to his mom. And I didn't want to be known as cheap. So for the last 5 years, I have sent a box of chocolates to my mom every holiday, what has become a very strange, like, Christmas tradition. And you gotta understand, my biggest fear right now is that in 10 years, when she passes away, I'm gonna go and empty out her house and find like a drawer of 20 chocolate dips. And like the worst case scenario is probably like if I open the drawer and found like 20 half-eaten chocolate dips. I think that's my time, guys. Thank you very much.